Namaste, this is Chokkalingam Palniyappan from Prakala Wealth Private Limited, Chennai. We have many NRI clients, and we have many parents who have children overseas. So where to save, how to save, what are these on a very macro level. Say like many times when I talk to these parents whose children are living overseas, many times many of them have one or two children. Sometimes both of them are living overseas. Today, Indians are living all over the world. It could be UK, USA, Canada, European nations, other European nations, Australia, New Zealand, of course, Gulf, in all these countries. Many of the NRIs living in Gulf, they come back to India ultimately because Gulf does not give citizenship as freely as other European nations or American nations or Australia, New Zealand, in some of those countries. So these people, may not have problem in what I am going to talk about, but most of the kids today are going to, relocating to Canada, US, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, UK, many other countries, many of those developed nations, what we call as developed nations. For education they are going, or for job they are going, and finally they are settling down over there, and they call that as their home country. So parents, many times they tell their parents that I don't want any money, I am well off here, so you spend as you like, or donate to people or causes that you like, because I have good enough money here. If at all you want to give something, don't give as in the form of real estate, because we have a lot of headaches in India, particularly those kids, those children living overseas. After their parents, they have to come back to India to sell these assets. When they come back to India, these assets take time to sell. Real estate in general all over the world, it takes time to sell. Particularly in India, the liquidity is comparatively poor when you compare with overseas countries like Americas and UK. In addition to that, the difficulties that one has to go through when in the sub-registrar office. They have to stay a day there. Over and above that, the black and white, that also comes into picture. NRI children, they want to get everything as white money so that they can take back to their home country. In India, generally, many times nowadays it is improving after many regulations from the government side, but many times we see 50% white, 50% black, or 75% white, 25% black, whatever it is. So generally sellers ask that kind of transaction, so those things again becomes difficult. And then they have to make at least 2 or 3 trips to India to make this happen. So the property, it could be even a costlier property or a low valued property, but for everything they have to come back to India to settle all these things. So to avoid these difficulties that the children are saying, NRI children are saying, don't give me real estate if at all you want to give me. Wherever you are living, hold that house, otherwise sell the remaining houses while you are there, while you are alive, and convert them into liquid cash. In the sense, it could be a mutual fund investment, it could be a stock investment, it could be a fixed deposit investment, whatever, which can be readily redeemed and taken back to their home country, which is overseas. So this is what many of the NRI children are saying. If you are a parent who has NRI children, so think twice before buying real estate, further at least. And also you may think of reducing your real estate properties to bare minimum, so that you can pass on the wealth to the next generation in a smooth manner. In addition to that, when NRI parents making investments in some of the government related items, you have to be careful, because some of those items do not accept NRIs as nominees. Say like one of the example is RBI bonds. So you have to be careful, or you have to be choosy when you are making investments, especially if you have NRI kids. Just make sure that now NRI nomination is acceptable in those investments. We have a lot of NRI customers, from all over the world, and we come across a lot of these conversations. The same thing I thought of sharing with you. See you in another video. Till then, goodbye.